The Gauteng Education Department has extended the deadline for the 2024 online applications for grade 1 and 8 learners by at least another week. The application period was initially scheduled to close on the 14th of July but will now end on the 21st. Parents will also be allowed to upload or submit documents until the 28th of July. The online admission system has so far successfully processed over 400,000 applications since the registration period opened over a week ago. Gauteng Education Spokesperson Steve Mabona joins us in studio to take us through what parents need to know for the next coming days. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Maybe let's start with some of the reasons for the extension.
Thanks very much, and to all our viewers. We felt that because we are going on recess on the 23rd of June, coming back on the 18th of July, and we were scheduled to close on the 14th, and realized that some parents prefer to, drop off or submit documents at schools. So we don't want to disadvantage them. We then felt that let's extend up until the 21st of July and give them up until the 28th, because we have 7 days. After applying, you have 7 days to upload or submit to all schools that you would have applied to. Because when you upload only once, and all schools will be in a position to, view the documents that will be online. So that's the reason, really, that we decided to extend to the 21st of July.
Okay, the department has got through great pains to explain to parents that they need to submit the right kind of documentation. What are you seeing? Are people submitting the right documents?
We had to re-emphasize, most especially on proof of address, for those that will be saying I'm renting or letting, because people will say they just need to give us an affidavit. An affidavit is not enough. We have learned in the past that people will just go to the police station and lie and provide an affidavit. So we are compelling them to provide us with an identity of the landlord, because if you are renting, you can't struggle to get that copy. We also need a municipal document that bears the address of the owner, and we also need any account in your name that bears that address, and that will assist us to verify if we were to verify. And schools are actually doing that as well. They are verifying, to go to an extent of visiting some of those addresses, because we don't want to disadvantage people who stay closer to the schools, where you find that 60% of people that are there, they are being transported in, coming in the area, and disadvantage people that are staying in a certain area. So that's why we are putting an emphasis that don't even forge it, because if you forge, you will probably detect it, and that advantage will then diminish.
Why are parents having to go through those means where you take your child, because I'm sure no one wants to wake their child up at 5 a.m. to go to a school that is an hour, 2 hours away? What is it, or what does it say about the schools that are in their areas?
Now, many parents will then say they will probably going for quality education. Some, they will say in the schools that they would have identified, some are drug havens, there's ill discipline and all that. But we are saying, if we don't work together as a community and parents to change the school that need to be, assisting us to educate our children, then we are doomed as a society. So we need to work very closely with the community and make sure that if there are things that are done wrong at a certain school, let's improve. Like, for instance, we have schools of specialization. Those schools are in the townships, 90% of them, and they're doing very well. So the discipline must be enforced by parents, working very closely with the SGB, so that we then use schools that are within, us, and we improve. That's what we need to do. Educators are trained in the same institutions. So an educator that is teaching in a school in Gauteng should be the same and then give you the same quality. Well, there are those that will not be doing their work. Then those must be identified. And if we need to develop them, we'll develop them. But we can't paint the entire teaching body and say they are not teaching or they are not giving you quality. And I mean, our teachers are working very hard. We need to really respect their profession. We need to always respect them. They impart knowledge. You know, actually they are creator of all the professions. So we need to give them, honors. We need to, respect them.
You spoke of safety. What is the latest with the young matric pupil who was killed in Soshanguve?
We are working very closely with the community there. Like as we've already indicated that the, crime prevention wardens, we have, pleaded with community safety to deploy. They have confirmed that they have deployed. They are monitoring the situation there. And we're finalizing the processes whereby we make sure that all the grade 12s that are still going to schools, they are well secured. And we are working very closely with the community safety to make sure that they are all safe.
Oh, so the crime prevention wardens are in Soshanguve, in that area?
Yes, we have pleaded that they must be deployed, and there's an undertaking that they have done so. So we just need to make sure that we monitor at all times. More especially, grade 12s will not go on recess. They will still continue to be in the classroom, because they need to prepare. Grade 12 is quite difficult. They go through the process of being enhanced now. They don't need to take break, but though they will not be going the whole day, but to a certain extent, there are those that will be working in, and there are those that will take them to camps. As you will know that during this time, we identify those schools that we see that they might be experiencing challenges, more so in areas where we were, disadvantaged by protests and the shutdowns in certain areas. The Zakani area, Springs, Kwatema, that's where we'll normally have service delivery protests, which will then destabilize our schooling process. So we'll identify those and take them to necessary camps where we're going to be enhancing them.
The school is also, the department rather, is discouraging parents from going to internet cafes, if you will, especially parents who want to upload their documents. Let's just remind parents about that point, and also where are the walk-in offices?
No, thanks very much. We are encouraging parents not to utilize the internet cafes, because the experience taught us that parents will say, we uploaded documents there, and only to find that we can't see anything in the system. And to a certain extent, some will say they have uploaded. So we felt that rather use our centers in all our libraries, in Gauteng, they are being assisted there. All our district offices. And when you go to district, and if they are decentralized offices or working centers, they will be in a position to provide you with that information. We have over 80 centers which are accessible. You can go through our call center if you're not sure, 0800 000 789. 0800 000 789. You call there, then they will be in a position to assist you. So that's why we are encouraging parents not to utilize internet cafes. We know that some of them, they will feel that probably it's closer to them, but it's to their advantage. Actually, it's to their disadvantage, because there they will take their money and confirm that they've done so in terms of uploading documents, only to find that those documents are not there. And we also insist that when they go to schools to submit documents, they need to make sure that they insist on a receipt of some sort, because after the school have uploaded those documents, then there must be a notification of some sort saying the documents have been uploaded.
Okay. If we could just get your comment, please, because there's been fear about a number of interns at Ekurhuleni East and Tshwane and North Tivet colleges apparently not receiving their monthly stipends since April 2023. Do you know about that and what's going on there?
Yeah, well, it's a silly season now. You know that political parties, they are campaigning. And we view that this as one of those. Honorable Member Ramulifi has raised his hand. He wants to be the leader of DA in Gauteng. So he must be seen to be doing a lot of work. He issued a statement without having information to say, I've asked the department to furnish me with detailed information. But already you go in the public space. But to assure the public, we have already paid those learners. It's learners because they are linked to TVET colleges. What we did as a department through HSRA, we realized that because we need to empower young people in Gauteng, we have that responsibility. A lot of them, those that are in the TVET colleges, they could not even be, conferred their qualifications because of lack of work experience. They'll go and knock at different companies. Companies will not, those that are taking, they will take them, but they will not pay them a stipend. Some will not be in a position to, on a continuous basis, continue probably for 6 months going to gain experience or work experience, and you don't have means to go there. So we felt that let's identify all those TVET colleges, approach them and say, if you are a learner here, you need to be conferred, but you lack work experience. Identify where you want to go. But then what we'll do as a department, will pay the stipend. That's the role that we are doing. Make sure that we pay them. Meanwhile, they gain experience in different disciplines, different disciplines, different companies. And some of them, they're supporting the Ramliff and them. But they don't want, they just want people to work there, and they don't want to pay them. So we felt as a department, let's pay them, because then when they are conferred, their qualifications, they might then benefit in some of the opportunities that we are going to, avail in Gauteng. As you might have seen, that we've availed so many opportunities with NASISPAN. But if you don't have a qualification, you can't access those, some of those opportunities which needs a diploma or needs a degree. So that's how we decided to enter into that space. So the problem that we had was the interface, in the system interface with the sister departments, because we need to interface with CETA, we need to interface with eGov and ourselves as a department. There was then a delay, because we then need to capture manually all those worksheets and make sure that they are in the system and they will be paid as per what is required in terms of the stipend. So the problem was that we probably then have to digitize this process. We've decided now we must digitize this process so that we don't have delays for 2 or 3 months without giving the stipend that actually these interns, they really need.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Steve Mabona is with the Gauteng Education Department.